Hey, peeps, how are we all? Thank you so much for joining me on Max's Geekdom on this fun, wonderful day. And that's right, we're going to talk about today's topic, which is upcoming releases from Hot Toys. It's late November, and so December is a few days away from the time of this recording. And what I want to do is I actually want to be able to just tell you guys what I think about the upcoming releases. Thus far, Pennywise is very late, very late. Um, it's not the latest. That title goes to Gamora. That's 960 odd days overdue. So that's actually been quite a while. So, what's forecasted to be released for the rest of the year is, in fact, so I'll go through it. Pennywise, obviously, that was supposed to have come out Q1 and Q2 of 2021. We're way past that. We're now in Q4. We're now in Q4. As of last month, we're in Q4. The Flash, that just released, so that was a month out. Captain America 2012 version, that's also been released in Hong Kong. Harley Quinn Birds of Prey, that's also been released. Spider-Man Miles Morales, that I believe was released as well. Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey caution tape jacket version, no, that's actually late. Batgirl hasn't been released. Captain Marvel Endgame, that just got released like last week. Golden Armor Wonder Woman and the Deluxe, that hasn't been released. Loki has also not been released. Iron Man Mark 85 Battle Damage, funny enough, that's still on schedule, but it needs to come out before the end of the year. Spider-Man Cyborg Spider-Man suit, that was released. Now, the next few, the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 more releases after this. And only one of them is a Marvel one. So they are Ahsoka Tano, Darth Maul, The Mandalorian and the Child, The Mandalorian and the Child Deluxe version. These are the quarter scales. Okay. So, and also the Child in quarter scale. So after that is Zombie Deadpool and Stormtrooper Commander. Now, of those, yeah, none of them are on my list. they they're all very great looking, uh, concepts, great looking figures. However, they're not in my wheelhouse. So I have specifically wanted to stick to an alternating collection of Marvel and Star Wars. The reason being is that I have one Detolf and I have no space for another. So I need to collect, curate of the releases that I'm really super excited about. It's essentially there's 2 releases. Um, and they're both from the same television show. That's right, I'm talking about The Mandalorian. Ahsoka Tano Deluxe version, which is DX21, which is Ahsoka and Grogu. There's also a DX20, which is just Ahsoka. And the 2 figures that I'm actually really looking forward to next year are essentially the Mandalorian figures. So Bo-Katan Ahsoka Tano and Grogu, and also the Mandalorian with Grogu. So that's the version, the 2.0, the Chrome version. The one thing that so with the Chrome version, I actually don't really like the. I'm gonna get shot for this, but I don't really like the deluxe version. Um, uh, Here in Australia, I don't get the exclusive hologram at the same cost as the deluxe or even the standard version. And I don't get why everyone's so caught up on all the packages and the bundles and the armor and whatnot. Um, I am probably going to hold out for the reviews. I'll probably be watching it on Justin's collections to see what he thinks of it because he's a great guy and I trust his input on the whole reviewing side of things. Um, but really, the one, so that's actually coming out in Q4 of 2022 and or Q1 of 2023. So on my list, it's only those that are scheduled for Q3 to Q4 that are on the list. So there's a whole heap of stuff that's coming out Q4 to Q1. So the list that I've got is only for 2022. So really, I don't have much to look forward to next year. No. Um, there's a lot of announcements that I'm hoping um, are going to be made, primarily around a lot of the Marvel stuff, the Marvel shows. So what I'm waiting for is, although I'm a huge The Mandalorian fan, what I'm hoping gets announced in between probably early next year will be the Book of Boba Fett. Um, I'm curious to see what's going to come out of that line. Um, Also, I'm very curious to see if they do a Moon Knight. Now, Moon Knight is not a character I'm all that familiar with up until very recently. Um, I've had I've had chats ever since the Netflix stuff. I actually had chats with a lot of people about the properties that were going to be coming out. And one of the things that was rumored was that Moon Knight was going to be in the same vein as Daredevil, but on Netflix. This was way before Disney Plus was the thing. Um, so I thought, oh, maybe they do Moon Knight. Everyone told me, no, not gonna happen. Turns out, whoever it was, probably some YouTuber uh, potentially shared that leak, because it's not really a leak, it's more of a lot of shows go into development that never see the light of day. So yeah, it looked like it responded really well, and but I'm really hoping to see what they might be releasing with Moon Knight. um I would love a She-Hulk. A She-Hulk figure would be so good. So good. Yeah, it'd be really, really good. Even a Hawkeye. Even a Hawkeye. I'm hoping to see in the next episode. I'm hoping that they show us a little more of the new suit for both Kate Bishop um, and also the Clint as well. So I'm hoping that happens. What else? Well, Star Wars shows. I flat out told my wife, "Hun, if they go through the entire show or even a trailer showing, so we've seen a lot of the concept art was kind of released during the sizzle reel of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I can understand that things have been delayed and that the Obi-Wan Kenobi show's trailer was also delayed because they need to release it probably sometime next year. I'm looking forward to seeing what trailers they do put out. I'm hoping they put one out hopefully sometime next year or as part of promotion of the book of Boba Fett. They could tease something. But flat out, one of the concept designs. So if you don't want to know, spoiler alert and all that stuff, one of the concept designs is um, several cityscape kind of. So there's two cityscapes. One was Tatooine. Another one actually looks a bit like the Jedi Temple, which is now the Imperial Palace. Um, and it's filled with stormtroopers. Um, Another one was it was Obi-Wan Kenobi on a Tupi, and the last one was essentially, oh no, there's two more. The last two was Darth Vader sitting on his throne in his castle on Mustafar, and the very last one was Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader. I'm so pumped for that. When I saw that, immediately that pops into mind was the phrase that Darth Vader said, which was, "Obi-Wan once thought the same way you did. You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master." So it was like he had no choice. And then Luke says, "Then my father truly is dead." And at that moment, I'm gonna age myself a bit. I remember the um, watching the Revenge of the Sith, going back home and watching the trilogy, and when I saw rewatched that scene for me, where he's just there and he's kind of not looking up, he's looking down. It's like you could, he's helmeted, but you could tell the emotional struggle he was having at that moment. Luke was effectively untrained. He was an untrained Jedi compared to what he used to go up against. But it was that emotional connection. It was his emotional. Um, it was his downfall. It was the reason for his downfall that made that emotional connection so strong. And um, and Luke was right. Luke was right in that the emperor's what's it called? The emperor's weakness is his overconfidence. He underestimated Darth Vader's love for his son, and everything he did up until that point was to essentially save the love of his life, and now he has an opportunity to redeem himself. He underestimated that feeling, so it was like, wow. Anyway, it's getting a bit long in the tooth, but yeah. So that that's those shots. I really hope they hit a home run with the ObiWan Kenobi show. Um, if they announce the if they announce Darth Vader on the throne, forget about it. I told my wife, hun, if they announce that, I have to pre-order it. Because look what happened at Rogue One. It sold out. He you pre-ordered it before the movie. By the time the movie finished on day one, it sold out, and it was all because of one scene. That royal kick-ass scene where he's cutting up those rebel fleet troopers like they're butter. That scene was like, yep, bye bye bye. So I told her I have to pre-order it, because if I don't do day one pre-order, it's not gonna last. It's the only figure that I reckon will not last. Will go into waitlist during pre-order. That's my prediction. So you heard it here first. So yeah, but it's that's going to be really cool. The other one is a disheveled ObiWan Kenobi, man. Um, he's my third favorite Jedi. First is Yoda, second is Luke, third is Obi-Wan. So yeah, um, yeah. So it'd have to be Obi-Wan and Q3 of 2020, no, Q4 of 2022, Q1 of 2023. You best believe I'm getting Luke Skywalker in all of his glory. I'm getting the Death Trooper Killer Luke Skywalker. That's what I'm going to call him. Death Trooper Killer. DTK. DDK Luke. Because he crushes those Death Troopers. It was glorious. I cannot wait. I day one pre-ordered that. And it was courtesy of William Wang, actually, on his Facebook group. So definitely go check out his Facebook group. The group is called Hot Toys, Statues, and Others buying / pre-order Australia and New Zealand. So go check it out. It's a great group. There's some really cool items on there. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, he gets stuff at really affordable prices, and he gets it as it's been released in Hong Kong. So not only do you save on shipping, because all prices include shipping, you also save in time. So it's essentially a win-win. So go check out his group. Again, that is Hot Toys, Statues, and Others buying / pre-order Australia and New Zealand. It'll be in the description below, the links. And I actually pre-ordered, so I actually got my Mysterio, which is over there, which I did an unboxing of, and he's also got the my deposit for the Luke Skywalker DX23, I think it is. I can't remember the code, but it's the Luke Skywalker from season 2 of The Mandalorian. So yeah, that's it for me because my phone's about to die. But those are essentially the releases that I'm looking forward to for next year, and I might do a follow-up one probably in the new year or a little bit afterwards, just to see what's coming out in 2023. So stay tuned for that, and just remember, my name is Max, and I always keep it geeky.